have two main concerns. I need it to be enough, and I need it to stay fun. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shauna. If you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are entering our 10th year of homeschooling, and I will have a 5th grader and a 9th grader. Today, I want to talk with you about what I am planning for the 2026-2027 homeschool year for our secular homeschool science. We're going to be tackling biology. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. If you've been here with me, you've been holding my hand, you know that we are headed into high school. You also know that I have exactly 0 teaching certifications. I won't say 0 teaching experience because we have homeschooled for 10 years. But as far as like traditional experience, none, nada. Guys, I have a license to do hair. I am not concerned, not spiraling, but aware that homeschool, high school, is the big leagues. This is for real. We're in Texas. We don't have to report anything. We don't have to keep track of anything, but we are going into high school. And if high school leads to college, someone somewhere is going to want to see what we are doing. So for that reason, I know that what we are doing, and please know, I've had this in the forefront of my mind the entire time that my kids get the highest possible education I can offer them. So I'm not concerned about the quality of education that we have had up to this point. But knowing that is for real now adds a layer of stress to the process. I'm going to give you just a few details. So you guys know we've homeschooled for 10 years, 9th grader, 5th grader. I love to combine a few subjects. I teach each child individually literature, ELA, math. They get that on their own level. But the things that we can combine easily, like history and science, I try to combine because it makes my life easier, especially with science. Science can be so meaty, so big, and have so much kind of involvement that to me, it is easier for everyone involved if we do that as a group learning in our homeschool. Now, you may be curious, how in the hootenanny am I planning to do high school level biology that is credit worthy for my 9th grader and incorporate my 5th grader? The way that I do this is I teach up. So I teach to my 9th grader, and the 5th grader, I pull her up, and I just don't expect the same output. So I expect, like we did with our middle school chemistry when she was like in 3rd grade. What I expect is that, you know, my older child can give full sentence answers, and maybe my youngest one is multiple choice. Maybe it's just telling me what she's learned as opposed to writing what she's learned. So that's how I kind of adapt that. This is unique because my 9th grader does not really, like, she enjoys science and she enjoys animals and things like that, but that is not her path. That child is a performing artist. And so this is something that we are doing to ensure that we are checking the box for her path going forward. My 5th grader, however, is incredibly interested in animals, biology, science, zoology, all of those things. So honestly, this should work very well to marry the two of them together because the younger one is incredibly interested in the things. Now, here are a few hiccups that we are running into. The older one is not interested in this. She does not want to do dissections. Like, she has opted out of every chance she has received to do a dissection. It is something that my youngest child would choose to do every day. If she could justify doing some sort of dissection every day, she has done plenty of them. She loves it. Absolutely loves it, thriving in her element. So I am not concerned about the performance of the 5th grader. I am concerned about, one, making sure we are doing enough to qualify as a credit. And I've done a lot of research and I've talked a lot here about what does qualify as a credit. We are piecing a few things together, but I am concerned about it, one, being enough, and then two, being interesting enough that my oldest child enjoys it. The way that I have decided in my brain that the world is going to go as far as educationally moving forward is that we probably have 2 more years, 9th grade and 10th grade, where we have the exclusive handle on what her education looks like. And I will be deed, if it doesn't stay fun in our homeschool. I think that if it isn't fun, it will not get done. I think that we have the ability to tailor make an education to exactly what suits our children. And I want her to enjoy her homeschool experience. And I really want her to enjoy her high school experience. So it is important to me that while this is a topic she would never touch if it were her choice, I want her to enjoy the process. So that is where this mom is stressing out. Now, let me talk to you about what we're planning to use. First and foremost, this is not a sponsored video. This is a video that is what we are going to use, okay? And what we are going to use is NextBooks. NextBooks is really, really cool. They are video-based learning. I'm going to show you a clip here in just 1 minute, but they have all kinds of different subjects available to you. If you want to try them, this isn't a sponsored video. This is what we're really going to use, but I do have a code for you that will give you 50% off if you want to try it. And they have a couple of scaffolding options. So they have a teacher-led course, they have a completely asynchronous course, and no, there are not any print materials, but it's like a lesson and then a quiz and then a lesson and then a quiz. And they have multiple levels of things. So do they have a biology course? They do not have like Biology 101. What they do have is a class that is Biology 101, but it is named like tide pools. It is named something that is more interesting. So they cover the bases and they do it in a manner that is interesting and engaging through video-based things, which I think my children will love. So we are going to start with their middle school equivalent for biology, and then follow that up with their high school equivalent for biology. Once we have done that, we are going to switch over to Khan Academy, which is totally free. We're going to switch over to Khan Academy because they have the Texas high school, so Texas education, something, Tex equivalent, so Texas equivalent high school biology course. And we will go through that course. And that is so that I can ensure that we have officially checked all of the boxes for biology that need to be checked. And so that I have something to show, essentially, on a transcript. So we will do the fun video learnings and we will follow that up with the fun format. It genuinely is a pretty enjoyable format on Khan Academy. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's really handy. They have a lot of subjects, a lot of courses that they cover. I would likely never use it exclusively for something, but as checking the box and as being an equivalent and as being a supplement to other things that you are doing, it is honestly 10 out of 10 out of this park. And with that, we are also, again this year, hosting science classes at Houston Museum of Natural Science. And what we've done this year is we've actually changed it up a little bit. In the past, we've had everybody in one class. Not great. Not great, not gonna lie, not great. So we split it out, kind of a lower level track for general science and an upper level track to satisfy the lab requirements for biology. And that's a perk of hosting the class and organizing the class. So we will have the lab components covered outside of my house, the dissections covered outside of my house with trained, licensed professional educators at Houston Museum of Natural Science. Those classes will meet once monthly, and we will check the lab requirement for biology there. And we will do the rest of it at home. If we need absolutely anything else, I'm going to follow it up with educational resources from Open Education Resources. Okay, now that is where you can get virtual dissections. I talked about them recently in my free resources video and in that free download. If you want that, head over to my website. It's super easy to grab. It's basically how to homeschool secular upper levels for free. So go check that out. But that's my plan. That's my stress and that's my plan. So do we need any more? Let me pop over. I'm going to show you how we're actually planning biology to like get it done in the school year. And then I'll come back and talk again. But let's go look at how I actually am planning it. That's the plan. Let's go plan. Okay, guys. So we are going to plan our science, which, as you know, again, we are combining the kids. And I like to do it for history. I like to combine science for history. I like to combine my learners for science and history because they tend to be things that are easily scalable And like science, for example, tends to be pretty involved. We are using NextBooks. They actually have 2 levels of a biology course, and they are reptiles and amphibians and tide pools. And we are just going to do the regular kind of thing, the regular, not the teacher led. Okay, so reptiles and amphibians, I am going to see the table of contents and we're going to figure out like what all we have to do here, okay? Because this is what I really need to know, how I am going to structure this class and plan it out and assign it is what I need to do. So we have intro, and then, so let's call that 7. Salamanders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 6 and 7. I'm going to call it 7. 7. Are they all 7? Nope. That one's 6. Trying to trick me. Lizards is 7. Snakes is 7. And crocodiles and alligators is 6. Okay, so let me run some quick math here. That's a lot. 7, 7, 7. 7 and 7, that's 35 and 12. So that's 42 right there, just in the kind of lower level course. So let me go check out the other course. Again, these are things that I will probably do 1 a day, a little more than that. I'm going to give you a look inside in 1 second, so that you can understand why I'm saying like 1 a day or whatever. Like, but already we have 42. So we obviously can't do 1 a week. That's not going to work. Okay, so this is, let's call it, let me write down. I'm making physical notes so I know what to do later. So 7. I'm doing each one of these plus the main chapter, even though I don't think that's actually clickable, but just in case I want to give myself the time. 6. This is 8. This is 6. And this is 6. Okay, so this is kind of a lot less. Let me show you one of the things. Okay, so there's an intro video, how the course works, and instructions for the course. Now, each video, there's nothing in print. Each video will play, okay? And they will be however long. Then there's usually an extra video and extra reading. Okay, so none of them are very long. And so I think it is perfectly reasonable to do in a day. And usually the extra reading takes you to some other source. So it is like kind of confirming those sources and giving you just more information and extra stuff. So we will have, between these 2 courses, we will have 75 lessons, which is a lot, but not if we're doing it every day. So you just saw me click over to Khan Academy, and Khan Academy offers, because Texas is one of the larger markets for things like textbooks and things like that. Oftentimes we can find a lot of things geared straight to Texas, or TEX, which is the Texas Education, whatever, do this stuff. And so we can get a lot of things that way. Now, we have done middle school biology. We have not done high school biology. They also offer AP college biology, which I just don't feel the need to do. It's just not a thing that I feel is necessary. Now, if I go into this, you can see these are quizzes, unit tests. So there are a lot, but I like this little kind of the way it's broken up here. Now, look at all of this. And this is a video. This is a document, and then how you would evaluate it and do it. Okay, so again, we have all of this stuff to do, to add on. And there are teacher resources down here, activities, the things to do, how to understand, text and things like that. So simulation-based exercises, simulation-based learning. These are all simulations. So it's virtual labs. Okay, and we are going to look at what our options are as far as incorporating this. It says there are 58 skills. Let me count really fast. Yep, there are 58. Okay, so then if I add 58, if we're doing 1 a day and we're continuing on, then that means that I am at 132 days, which gives us some time if anything runs over.
Okay.
And again, I'm going to be plugging this in. And incorporating it into their planners. Now, let me see if this is reasonably one day of stuff. I'm just trying to see gauge the length. Okay, 8 minutes. Perfect.
To us modern.
Completely reasonable. I don't know what happened, but my audio decided to just kind of like get really staticky and kind of give up. So I'm just going to record this voiceover and editing. And basically all I'm doing here is I'm just showing you, I'm just clicking into a lesson and I'm showing you all of the things that are available through Khan Academy for this biology, this high school biology level. And just giving you kind of a little glimpse around. If you have been around for any period of time, you know that we've used Khan Academy in the past. We've actually used it for lower level biology. We've used it for big history project. We've used it for several things throughout our journey. It's very handy. It's really great to have. It's super, super, super well done. Super easy to use. I love that it gives you, honestly, more information than you need. And between NextBooks and Khan Academy, I feel like we're going to be set up for a great deal of success because we are going to be able to keep it fresh, keep it entertaining, keep it moving, and keep it in manageable bites. Because that's the other thing. I don't want to spend an hour every single day of our homeschool journey doing science. An hour is unreasonable. An hour isn't going to get done. But 15, 20 minutes a day, absolutely. 15, 20 minutes a day means that it is possible, means that it is palatable, means that we can stay consistent and actually make this get done. So we can earn that credit in the manner that we need to while keeping it fun, fitting it all in, but making sure that everybody has fun and that it gets done. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. Something else that I realized I might be adding in, if you guys are familiar, the Soul Sparklets like glitter bombers. They have some videos, because they archive all their videos way back. It's pretty cool, and they've got like tide pool crafts and things like that. So I might be finding some more fun ways to add in like art and other things with this science curriculum, but I will keep you posted as that happens. And guys, yeah, it's a lot. I need it to be enough and I need it to be educational and meaty, but simultaneously, I am not willing to sacrifice the fun, curiosity, engagement that comes with enjoying what you're doing. And I just simply will not. I will not sacrifice it just in an effort to senselessly credit grab to make sure that it's done. I am going to keep it fun. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that we are engaged, we are fun, and we are enjoying the things that we're doing. Because if this educational model isn't enjoyable, it's going to be a nightmare and nobody wants that. So yeah, guys, lay it on me. What have you got? What have you found? What are some virtual dissections? They have paper dissections, which I looked at, because my kid really doesn't. She's not about it. So I did look at some paper models you can actually purchase, and like you cut them and layer them, and it's so cool, but they're all paper. They have some like gummy ones that you can order. There are kits online. You can order dissection models if you don't have access to like somebody else at the museum doing it for you, where you don't have to have the smell in your house. But yeah, it's so stressful heading into high school, but it's so important to me that we like it. We've had a great homeschool experience, and I am not dropping that fun ball now. Yeah, I know you guys can relate. So lay it on me. What have you got? What do you want to share? Are you with me? Are you holding my hand and giving me those good thoughts, vibes, moral sports, thoughts, and prayers heading into high school? Are you with me? Are you ahead of me? Are you coming up? Are you just watching this to laugh at me? Well, any of that's great. Anyways, biology. Keep it fun and it'll get done. That's gonna be woo. Okay, all right, bye.